Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sandbox Game live stream for Saturday, July 17th, 2021. My name is Joseph the Vision X Matting, and alongside me through the magic of the internet, he's the best around because nothing can take him down. Alex Kamisaze Flores.
Thank you, Joseph. It's good to be back.
Very good. Yeah, you were on vacation for 2 weeks there,
Two whole
Alex. I
weeks.
hope
I
you
missed
enjoyed
what,
it.
four streams? Four streams, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been
We
a
had a
long
couple
time.
extra ones for our land sales, but it's nice seeing you back. Each and every Saturday, right here on YouTube.com, Twitch.tv, Theta, D Live, Facebook, and Twitter.com/The Sandbox Game. We teach you the skills you need to know about in the Sandbox Game Maker, but not today. Today's a very special day where we are giving away 300,000 sand tokens in total rewards to the top 10 games submitted to the Sandbox Game Jam number 4. Each of these winners will also receive a land NFT valued at well over $500 each. And we had well over 60 entries to this game jam with hundreds of hours of gameplay in the competition. We're very excited to show you the top 10 today. If you're watching live with us today, you also have a special opportunity during this stream. Feel free to ask us anything from questions about the game maker, maybe our asset creation software VoxEdit, questions for our judges joining us in the chat, or anything else that you want to know about the sandbox. We'll answer these questions live as they come in, and for those questions we can't answer live, feel free to click on the wonderful social channels in the description below this video. Tag us after the show on Discord, Telegram, Twitter, or any of our other great platforms, and we'll get an answer out for you. Of course, if you're watching this later over on youtube.com, you can join us each and every Saturday starting at 1800 UTC. Those watching live have the unique opportunity to win a Wizzy the Blue NFT right here on this stream. And for this special event, we will also be giving away a land NFT to one viewer in this chat. So look forward to that. More details on that are going to come later, so stick with us. But for now, let's get started with our very special event. Kicking it off, Alex, take us away.
All right. Well, we are joined by a special group of people today. This is not all of the judges. They have busy lives of their own, but we were able to snag 4 of them. So thank you very much to our very own Sebastian, COO of the Sandbox. We are also joined by Kay Chan from Glue Mobile. She is the Senior Product Marketing Manager. We also have Chris Yee from Uken Games, who's the founder there, and Kai Grunwald. I'm not going to try. I'll mess it up. But we had some fun talking about German names before the show began. So, and he is the CEO of Paladin Studios. So thank you all of you for joining us today to talk a little bit about your judging experience in the Game Jam. Sebastian, do you want to kind of kick things off with talking about exactly what this Game Jam was about?
Absolutely. Well, thanks everyone for watching today's ceremony for the Game Jam 4, which is also called a glitch in the metaverse. It's been a rather long game jam with a fantastic jury of video game industry veterans. We've had a lot of submission. I think over 63 submission from various people all around the world, in Japan, in US, in Canada. So it's been in Europe as well, of course. And well, the idea behind the game jam was to inspire creators, whether they are not already familiar with Sandbox or not. Some of them were making games for the first time and trying out the tools, and get them inspired, create some either narrative game, adventure, stories game, puzzle, physics. We've seen a great variety of gameplays. I was really surprised in all of them. We went through 2 weeks of reviewing all the content, going down to the top 10. And today we are going to see who are the top 10 submission, and finally the 4 finalists and the grand winner. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today, as with every ceremony, to congratulate all the participants. Even though you've not been selected among the top 10, don't worry, you will be receiving lands, and we will continue to encourage you to pursue your dream of making game and making those game experiences as part of Sandbox Metaverse. So you can apply to the Creator Fund or the Game Maker Fund, and I think it will be an easy path for you if well, you want to continue what you started with the Game Jam.
All right, great. That's over 60 lands going out, not including the prize lands. So that's a lot of stuff. Well, I had a couple questions for the judges to see if they had any thoughts, and we'll see if they had some interesting things to share with us about the game. So one of the things that always comes up when Joseph and I are live streaming for the Sandbox is that you creators in our community are coming up with really cool mechanics that at first we don't even know how you do it. You make something and we look at it and we go, we know the Sandbox and we know how to make stuff in here, but I don't understand how you even accomplish this. And sometimes it's the way stories unfold with branching paths. Sometimes it's a really funny jump scare or way of teleporting somebody to the other side of the map. There's all sorts of things that pop out at us. Judges, was there any time during the games that you played that that really caught your attention of something cool that happened in the Sandbox that either something that you wouldn't have expected to come out of the Sandbox as a way of playing, having seen some other stuff in the Sandbox, or just cool mechanics that you're like, oh, maybe I need to use this in something that we make. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah, I can take that first. I mean, I really enjoyed the game Lucid. Really kind of making great use of the camera and the
Yeah.
space. It was still 3D, but they played with that kind of side scroller view, and I thought that just came together really cleverly, especially with the quality of the visuals. So that definitely stood out to me in terms of just like making good use of the tools that existed, fixing the camera and providing a totally different type of experience in game.
Yeah, we all thought the same thing when we played that on stream a couple weeks ago. That was a really cool experience. Kay or Kai, either of you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, oh, sorry. Go first, Kay.
After you, Kay.
So easy to mix our names up, right? Yeah, so not so much the mechanics that I want to point out. I totally agree with Chris's remark on Lucid. That was quite different and really interesting. But just the heavy or the focus in a lot of the submissions on the actual narrative, I think that's great to see because nowadays it is a lot about mechanics and especially in free to play, it's all about monetization, all these kind of things, and narrative has a little bit of a backseat over the last couple of years, and seeing that people use the tools to actually tell a story is really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
How about you, Kay?
Yeah, for me, I was just really surprised at the variety of different ways to present the game. Like there were 3D shooters, there were top-downs, side-scrolling platformers. I personally was surprised at how much you can do with the Sandbox engine. And also just the amount of creativity that were in the games. There were like some really beautiful environments. Some games I just felt like I was in a completely different world. And I really, really enjoyed that fantasy experience. Just so much detail were put into like these games. I was really impressed by that.
Awesome. So we got one more question for y'all. Are there any characters or stories that you hope to see a sequel for? Is there a particular character where you're like, I want a spin-off for that person, or a story where it ended and you felt satisfied with the ending, but you could really go for a sequel? You want to see maybe something in the next game jam to bring something back.
Well, I just hope people don't stop making this stuff, because I know you guys are working really hard on, expanding the platform, improving, making it bigger and better and more functionality. And I just hope that everybody that participated, grabs that opportunity and creates more, right? Deeper, richer, faster. I'm very curious to follow what's happening and see you guys take it to the next level, and hopefully the creators too, right?
Well, yeah, and just to play off that point, because it's a really good one. I mean, I think what I'm really interested to see is how the creators are going to mix and match their stuff, because they're part of this metaverse, so they have the opportunity to bring characters together, ones that are developed in different worlds, and kind of bring them together. I saw a little bit of that in the gateway. I thought that was interesting, but just as full narratives and stories and games kind of develop, taking those characters and putting them into this metaverse context is one of the interesting opportunities that you guys have that's really unique. So looking forward to seeing more of that.
Yeah, I guess kind of just spinning off Chris. I've been watching like a lot of videos on TikTok where they have these theories on Pixar movies, how they implant like little Easter eggs here and there. I think that could totally work in this world where you just kind of have something inspired from another game in the background, and for players to discover these connections to each other's worlds. I think that could be really cute.
It's almost a game by itself, eh?
Right.
Yeah, really putting the meta in metaverse to mix those things together.
Well, and that's a really big part of the Sandbox in general, right? So I'm very fascinated to see this world come to life, come to fruit.
All right. Well, I think it is time for us to show who the 10 finalists were in the Game Jam out of, I think we said 63 entries. These were the top 10 as voted on by our whole panel of judges. So we don't have a real short video like we usually do for this. So we're actually going to show you the trailers for each of these. So it'll be about 10 minutes or so. We're going to pull them up. If anybody has some commentary that they want to chime in during this, they can. But we're going to be watching through each of these as a playlist. So these are not in the order that of ranking. These are just the finalists. So enjoy. First, we have a Block Quest.
I played through it on a live stream, and then I played through it privately as well. And it hits on something that I tend to think is super important in a single player experience, which is that you can see the small little squares that are on each platform here. Those little blue squares, energy bits, are useful in that they give you kind of a collection quest that steps away from the narrative as well. So you can have a compelling narrative, a compelling little piece in this small game. But the mechanics are strong, and it gives you a reason to come back a second time. So it was super exciting for me in that way.
Next up, we have Dorian. This one really popped out to us when we played it on stream. I think Joseph was playing. I was just watching, but the streaking of the characters, it took me a little while to figure that one out. I was totally shocked by that when I saw what the main character was doing as he ran around. Took some interesting, not hacking, but just a new way of doing things in Vox Edit to make these kind of ghost image characters appear behind. And that was really surprising, and if you were watching that stream, you could see me freaking out trying to figure out how they did this, knowing the limitations in the engine.
And the turn-by-turn combat mechanic, I think, like a real battle, very inspiring. So something that was that is outstanding, and I want to congratulate everyone who participated, is also like the quality of their teaser when they recorded the video and sent their submission. They also added screenshots and videos, and those were like, wow, outstanding. We were super impressed.
The voiceovers were really helpful as well in certain cases, so it's just really well put together.
Yep, and this is Going Postal.
So Going Postal is another case where I felt like it stood out specifically as a game that stepped away from the kind of standard themes that some users had throughout, right? A lot of the action adventure kind of games, this did something just a little bit differently that helped it stand out. And similar in this one, Alex, what's the title for this game that we have on screen now?
Little Squirrels War. It's they've got some interesting voicing in the text.
Wait, are you playing as a squirrel in this game? Like,
Yeah.
that's
This
fancy,
is a
right?
This is a tower defense game where you play as a squirrel, and squirrels versus beavers, I believe it is, and you have to collect wood, build your defenses, send out squirrels to attack the beavers. It's actually a lot to take in the first time you play it. I struggled a bit with this one on stream because there was a lot of information to absorb, but they did a good job, and they even gave levels to everything. All right, and this is Lucid. This is the one that Chris mentioned earlier that has kind of a 2D platformer feel to it, even though it's still 3D. And it's got some really interesting, like this. This is the opening sequence when the title comes up, and just the way they put that together, I thought was really brilliant.
So when I see so far, I think we've seen 5-6 game, right? And
Yep.
I think I've never seen games like that on other platforms, like mobile. They are very different, like very creative in a way. Like that's something that's really I find stunning. Like how Sandbox Game Maker is being used to create things that are very different and maybe not thought necessarily just to be pure commercial success yet. They might be in the future, but now they're really been used for the creativity side.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is Respawn. And if you're watching and you're not familiar with the Sandbox yet, you can play all these games right now by going to sandbox.game and creating a free account and downloading the Game Maker and going to the gallery. These are all up right now for people to play and enjoy. So you should definitely check them out. I think there's close to like 50 pages now on the gallery. A lot of games up there. So a lot of interesting things to check out.
Impressive. And well, once again, like the top 10 finalists we're seeing now, like they've not yet been informed that they were finalists, right? So
they're finding out right now.
They are here. Exactly. They are finding out right now that they already won a prize. So maybe you can remind us what was the prize for the finalists?
Yes, let me pull that up.
Yep.
And this is Sakura. This is another one we played on stream. We actually played this on stream several times as we gave feedback and they made some changes. It was interesting to see this game develop and change. All right. So the prizes is first place is 150,000 sand. Game featured on the Game Maker gallery homepage, and a 1x1 land. Second place is 50,000 sand and a 1x1 land. Third place is 20,000 sand and a 1x1 land. And fourth through 10th place is 10,000 sand each, also with a 1x1 land.
Well, so anyone, I hope they are with us during the live stream, but like if you see your game right now, you already won 10,000 cents. So congratulations. And that's already a great amount. How much is it, Joseph? I think you're following it.
Yes, that right now, I believe, I'll double check, but last I checked, it was in the ballpark of 30, 40 cents a share. It may be higher than that now. Let's have a look. So 46.9 cents per share, meaning that that would be $4,600, $4,700 for the minimum prize right now. So congratulations to each of you in the top 10. Your work is well deserved. And that doesn't include the fact that a piece of land is worth over $500 at the current market price. So again, congratulations to each of you who has submitted. All of the submissions, as Seb mentioned, will be receiving that land today. So congratulations for each of you who has put in the work. Regardless of whether you're in the top 10 or you're one of the total 63 that submitted, you've made some fantastic works, and we can't wait to see you develop those further for the metaverse.
And here we have the Transylvania Fair. You can see this is one of the few winners here that's using one of the nighttime ambiances. That's been a big change for the games in this particular jam, is that now we have more ambient settings, which give a lot better moods to the games. And we see people taking advantage of those with the way they set up the lighting. All right, here we have Wrong Way. And it looks like this one uses a fixed camera, so it's similar to Lucid in that it's doing a kind of 2D platforming thing. One of the things that was done in Lucid is it used a fixed vertical axis on the camera, but you could rotate around your character, which became important because Lucid it flips sides where you're going. But this one actually seems to have a fully fixed camera, so as you go through areas, the camera follows you, and previous areas will actually kind of push the camera forwards a little bit, so you can do this layering where you can see all the backgrounds going back, almost kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog back on the Sega Genesis. It's pretty cool to see it.
Oh.
All right, and that is the whole playlist. It looped back to Block Quest. So that is all 10 of our entries. Congratulations to all of our runners up. Do we have any final words before we announce the winners? Anything you'd like to share, Sebastian?
But it's already
Put you
our
on the
fourth
spot.
game jam. Well, it's already our fourth game jam, and I think like the quality of all the content that have been made have kept increasing game jam after game jam. So we're really thrilled to see all the creativity from all the teams that submitted their participation. I can speak for myself, but maybe the jury as well. Like I don't know if you've been involved and participating or reviewing game jam before. If you have any words as well, your thoughts versus what you traditionally see on I don't know, the global game jam, maybe as an example.
Yeah, I mean, I think the level of creativity is just really impressed me here. Just because all the titles here are a bit different. They've kind of all stretched with different mechanics, and I was impressed by the variety. I mean, I played around with Game Maker in an earlier phase, so it's interesting to see how far it's come and the capabilities that the creators were able to deliver. Very different experiences. Like we saw some themes, like obviously the narrative theme, and I think these guys took it deeper with their narrative because it got there, and I think visually it was just really compelling. Like Transylvania Fair, when I played that game, I just thought that world was pretty expansive. I saw all the mini games, and sort of, yeah, just the variety of things that you can experience there. So looking forward to future development and how it goes. really excited about the platform here.
Yeah, just congrats to all the top developers, top submissions, and kudos to everyone that participated. I was really impressed with the overall quality. I was surprised by a lot of different things. What Chris mentioned, some of the visuals, the use of narrative, all these kind of things. So yeah, I hope you guys have me again. I can't wait for the next round to see what people come up with.
Yeah, totally amazed by the variety of games and environments that were created in such a short amount of time. So much detail on some of these, and I really hope some of these developers continue making games, or even like continue adding to these games. Like the one favorite I had, I mentioned in the chat, was the enemy beavers. Living in Canada, I do have a few friends who are currently battling with beavers, so it's very true. So, yeah, that's just one example, but otherwise, I love exploring the worlds, and just sometimes I just stand there and look at them because it's just so beautiful. So congratulations, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are ready to announce our top 3 winners. So, in third place, we have the Fungus Kingdom.
Whoa! Bigger applause, I think.
Fun guys. All right. Very good. And this game was interesting. I did play this on stream for some folks, and as you go, you are really building out the world that you are playing in, and you're able to see true progress as you continue to complete each piece of each quest. And you've got your kind of home, and it felt a little bit like an adventure that mixed up with kind of Animal Crossing in that way. And I just really enjoyed it. It's got some great foundations for mechanics that I think could be good in almost any game.
And that is by Touche, who is a great friend of our stream, always popping in to say hi. And he's here in the chat right now. So congratulations, Touche. We are happy to see you in the, not just the top 10, but the top 3. All right.
And while it takes some time to celebrate here, I can see in the chat a lot of warm congratulation message for him. Can you remind us, like, how much time it took you to play through all the submission, and how many jury members we had on this game jam? Because that's something new with Game Jam 4. We invited by video game industry veterans to review those games. We're lucky to have 3 of them today, but I think there were more.
Yeah, I think well, let me pull up that Medium article again. There was quite a few, and unfortunately, many of them were busy today. As you know, they're busy making games themselves. Let me see here. This is what I get for closing the tab.
To the point that you mentioned, Seb, about how many hours worth of gameplay there were, if you were to open up the gallery right now inside the Sandbox Game Maker and play each one of these games, you've got hundreds of hours of gameplay. So you can absolutely play through these for a very long time. You've seen it, some of them on stream that we have played. We could take up 45 minutes with one of these games easily. And so for a game that, in a metaverse of 166,000 plus different lands or experiences, each one of these is significant. And it shows to the point of the future of the sandbox and the potential for growth there. So it's very exciting to see how these games are built. And many of these games were designed on just 1x1 land spaces. And they, like the Lucid game, right? It was designed on that 1x1 land, but Alex was playing, and we played probably for 3 hours on that live stream to complete the Lucid game experience, and that's just on.
And that was just one ending. It had, if I remember correctly, it has multiple endings. So that's some people they try to figure out what the size of a land is, and we can say it's 96 by 96 by 128 meters, but what does that really mean? When you're talking about gameplay, and that can mean a lot of different things, but what we've seen is people consistently make 30-minute to 2-hour games on a 1x1 land. So and that